Hello and welcome to Cinema Explorer. I'm Moksh.
And I'm Muskan.
And after a long time, we are in front of the camera because of the wave here in India. And we want to do some Oscar predictions now because all the precursors have released their nominations and Oscar nominations are right around the corner. And I think it's on 8th February. So yeah, let's get predicting and let's see who will get into the nominations this time.
Let's start our predictions for the Best Picture category.
So this year they'll have 10 films in this category instead of like they had a range of 5 to 10 films. So I think a lot of films which might not have gotten in previous years will get a chance for this one. So who do you think, like it also like kind of reflects who we think will win when we put them at the first position?
Yeah, I think the first should be The Power of the Dog. It has been going very strong with the critics circles. It is very much loved by the audience as well. It was in top 3 on Netflix as well.
I don't know about the audience factor because on Rotten Tomatoes it had a good score for the critics one, but for the audience one it was almost close to rotten. So it was more like a critic's choice, but still, even I think The Power of the Dog is the front runner now. And there are a lot of factors for that. It has gotten nominated, I think, at Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, BAFTA, as well as PGA.
And it has won the Golden Globe as well.
Yeah, it won Golden Globes, and it looks strong. Earlier, Belfast was the front runner, but I think Belfast stock has plummeted now.
Yeah.
Because they have missed quite a few nominations, and Power of the Dog looks strong. And when it comes to did we like it, we liked it.
Yeah, we liked The Power of the Dog a lot.
I think we gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, it was a strong film.
So, yeah, we liked it quite a lot, and that's why it's going to be the first for us. And what else? Belfast is definitely going to be in it because it was earlier the front runner.
Yeah, Belfast will be at the second place, most probably.
Yeah.
Because it has been getting again screenplay nominations, it has been getting director nominations. Only 1-2 places it has been snubbed, but all in all, it has been nominated.
I think it got nominated at, once again, Globes, Critics' Choice, BAFTA, as well as the PGA, that is Producers Guild Awards. So, The Power of the Dog, Belfast, and I think after that, Dune is definitely going to get in. It's going to sweep all the technical categories. It's going to get cinematography, editing, costume, makeup, sound, score. It's going to get everything. I think at least nomination-wise, it will get in every category. So it has a good chance. It will definitely get nominated for Best Picture as well.
Definitely. I think King Richard should be in the next position because it has been very well received by the audiences and it has that crowd pleaser kind of a factor which may be helpful for it. Again, Will Smith is definitely getting nominated and perhaps he will win. So even for that, it might be a good choice for the 4th position, I guess.
Yeah, I think Will Smith's power and his stature alone would have pushed the film for a Best Film nomination, but I think film has been very well received.
Yeah.
Everybody likes it. Even BAFTA nominated it for a few categories. I think it got original screenplay and did it get picture at BAFTAs?
Yes, it did.
Sure. No, I know. I don't think BAFTA nominated them for picture, but it definitely got in.
Okay, it got in PGA.
Yeah, it got in at PGA. So it definitely has a chance of getting nominated, and no one can deny Will Smith's power. And no one can deny the feel-good factor attached to the film. And also the fact that it's really well made.
Yeah.
So, King Richard is getting in.
Another strong choice, I think, is Licorice Pizza by Paul Thomas Anderson. It is being very well received at all the critics circles as well as nominations for all the awards, I think. Yeah.
I think it started really slow when Golden Globes came around. They didn't nominate PTA. But it performed really well at BAFTA. And I think its chances have pretty much improved post-BAFTA. And it'll definitely get in. So yeah,
it is gaining momentum right now. I guess this is the very good time.
Also, it also got an editing nomination at BAFTA, and it's important to get either a screenplay nomination, cinematography, editing, or director.
It got the Best Actress nomination as well, na? Alana Haim got in
at BAFTAs.
Yeah, at BAFTA.
But still, I don't think Haim will get in Oscars.
Yeah.
But they have a chance of getting the editing nomination. Maybe PTA can get in. So it definitely will be included.
It is a strong choice, yeah.
It's a strong choice.
Again, Coda will be nominated.
Coda, when Coda premiered at Sundance, no one would have expected, no one would have anticipated that it will go on in this particular list of nominations. But it has been doing really well. I think Coda as Best Film and Troy Kotsur, they haven't, and even maybe the screenplay, haven't missed any nominations, the precursors. And I don't think anyone can stop Coda from getting in the top 10.
No. Yeah, it has again that feel-good factor. very
Yeah.
strongly attached to it.
Very, very strong. And it's a well-made film also, so it deserves to be here. And I don't think like anybody will be able to throw it out. Maybe they will not snub it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they'll not snub it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we have done with 6, and the remaining 4. There's a lot of things going on with the remaining 4. Don't Look Up will get in, even though it was very polarizing when it released. People either loved it or they completely like hated it and they didn't like it at all. But Don't Look Up will get in. I think it got in at BAFTAs as well. It got in at Golden Globes, even though Golden Globes have that best musical / comedy category, but still it got in. Then it got in at PGA and Critics' Choice as well. And it's, I think at Netflix, a lot of people saw.
It wasn't top first category, like top 10. It was in major countries. So it has been very popular. So that popularity factor, again, the ensemble cast factor, everything
Definitely.
is working very well for it.
I think the popularity factor also worked in at the BAFTAs when Leo got the nomination.
Yeah. For top
being,
2.
Yeah, being part of the top 2 that was chosen by people. So yeah, I think Don't Look Up has a good chance now, and they'll sneak in. So what do you think about West Side Story?
I think West Side Story was pretty strong when it came out. It was like till January it was in top 3 for majority of the part. Many nominations it got, but again now BAFTA has snubbed it pretty hard. It has not got.
I think a lot of people snubbed West Side Story after Golden Globes. It hasn't performed really well. It missed a cinematography nomination at ASC. It missed an Eddie nomination, and things are looking a little bleak for West Side
It has
Story.
been losing momentum right now, and BAFTA is like the final hit for it to go down now. So perhaps it will be lower in the list, but it might get nominated.
I think the quality after like 8 or 9 films, there's a massive gap in terms of momentum as well as quality, and that is the sole reason why West Side Story will definitely get in.
Again, it is like branded as a remake, although it is an adaptation. But again, it is branded as remake, and that also might not work well with many people.
Yeah, Spielberg, not solved actually. He did better portraying a lot of things. A lot of things in the original were quite problematic, and he worked upon them. So that was a good thing, but still, West Side Story is kind of like 50-50 chance, but because of the films I'm able to see in front of me, I think West Side Story will get in.
The next film in here is Being the Ricardos, and for this particular film we were very, very uncertain because for a long time it was not in the race for top 10.
I think it was constantly at 11th or 12th, and Tick Tick Boom was in its place.
But recently it has been gaining a lot of momentum. Nicole Kidman won the Golden Globes, and Javier Bardem has just sneaked in Best Actor nominations at some places.
Yeah, he got in at SAG, and Aaron Sorkin has been nominated everywhere.
Aaron Sorkin is just loved by the Academy, so there is a strong chance that this film might get in.
Yeah, maybe the thing is, if Being the Ricardos is not there, then definitely Tick Tick Boom will take its place for us at least. But yeah, Being the Ricardos.
It is not Oscar worthy, even though
Is it Oscar nomination worthy? I know it's not Oscar winning worthy.
Might
definitely
not be
nomination worthy.
It might not be nomination worthy as well.
But we know when we talk about Oscars, it's not what we think most of the time. It's about critics, the juries that.
It is a biopic. It might get nominated. Oscars love biopics.
Yeah, and it's Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, like golden age of Hollywood. So the final spot. Who do you think will get the final spot?
I think Drive My Car.
I also think Drive My Car will get in. Tragedy of Macbeth, Tick Tick Boom, and maybe even The Lost Daughter. They had good reviews, but Drive My Car is the critics' darling. And according to us, it'll get in. It'll be the 10th pick. And even though it has not been nominated anywhere in terms of best film, it has only been part of international feature films or foreign language films. But still, I think after BAFTA's nomination of Raisuke Hamaguchi in Best Director, also adapted screenplay, it has a good chance of getting in.
And Oscars might include an international film, like we got it for a lot of films earlier, na?
We got it for Parasite, but they don't usually nominate foreign language films. But this year, it looks like they might just go for it. Because last year also, Thomas Winterberg got the director nomination, but another round couldn't get in.
Yeah.
But I think here they'll definitely go for Drive My Car as well.
The other films are not as strong, I think, no? That is a major factor. The
Yeah.
only thing I guess can go in right now is just Tick Tick Boom or Tragedy of Macbeth.
Yes.
There is no other choice for it.
But Tragedy of Macbeth hasn't been so
Yeah.
it hasn't been nominated anywhere.
Anywhere.
Tick Tick Boom still got in at a few places. It got in at Golden Globes, the musical comedy category, Critics' Choice, PGA. So if there is they don't want to go for Drive My Car, then Tick Tick Boom is the last resort for them. But I think Drive My Car will complete the top 10 here.
Yeah, I think but these 10 are pretty much locked in. There is a little chance for anything else.
We'll see that on 8th.
Yeah.
If we were correct or not.
But yeah, these are our top 10 predictions.
For best film. So the next category will be best director, and I think we know who's gonna be winning probably, and who's gonna be the first pick for us. It's gonna be Jane Campion, the Power of the Dog. She has all the momentum with her. She won at Venice Film Festival when the film premiered there. She won the Golden Globe. What else she needs to do?
She got all the nominations. She hasn't been snubbed anywhere else.
I think we didn't even expect her to be snubbed. We want her to win.
Yeah, we do.
We want her to win. So, yeah. Do you think anyone can upset Jane Campion? If anyone has that in them?
I think only Paul Thomas Anderson right now is the one who can. But still, the momentum she has right now, it is very much hard to beat.
Yeah, I still think Branagh should be the second person behind her, but he missed BAFTA.
Yeah, he missed BAFTA in his own homeland.
Yeah, in his own turf, he missed BAFTA. So
I'm glad.
So yeah, I think Jane Campion is definitely gonna get in, and Paul Thomas Anderson is going in because BAFTA did very nice things with Licorice Pizza. They gave them nominations here and there and everywhere.
And the only place he hasn't been nominated is the Golden Globes. And
they
that
never
is they never
nominate.
nominate
They never
him.
nominate PTA.
So that might not be even a factor.
But yeah, PTA will be
He has a strong second choice.
Yeah, I think he was not in our top 5 earlier when we discussed it during December or January, but recently has been gaining momentum along with Licorice Pizza, and that's why he's definitely going in.
I think Branagh was a front runner for a long time, but right now he has lost his pace and there is no way he might get a win. So he's a strong option for a nomination, but he's not winning. I think Denis Villeneuve is also a very strong choice for a nomination. Dune has been very well received and the way it is entirely crafted, it is all on Denis. And he's a very strong choice for a nomination.
I even anticipated that he might go on to win Golden Globe or maybe a Critics' Choice, but he lost at Golden Globes, but still, he is a very strong choice and he's not missing the nomination here.
Apart from BAFTA, I think everyone, Critics' Choice, Golden Globes, and everyone has nominated him.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah.
So he will definitely be nominated.
So as far as the last place in this particular category is concerned, I think we're going to predict Raisuke Hamaguchi for Drive My Car, and Spielberg will miss here. Even though Spielberg got the Globe nomination, Critics' Choice, and DGA, and Hamaguchi only has BAFTA. But I just think that they might pull off another Thomas Winterberg here and they'll nominate him for Drive My Car because they love it. Even though Spielberg's stature as a director is really big and he has already won 2 Oscars, and that was something that was pushing him towards another. And West Side Story is a well-crafted film, we all know that. But still, I think Oscars will go for Hamaguchi for this one and Spielberg will miss out on a nomination here. Do you think anyone has a chance? If not Spielberg and Hamaguchi?
I think Julia Ducournau is one person who might get, even she's not getting a nomination, but she might be just an outside shot because BAFTA nominated her for Titan.
But I think Oscars didn't even nominate Titan for Best International. They couldn't take in the goriness, they couldn't take the vision that Ducournau had. So yeah, she will not get in, but maybe.
Yeah. I think the next category, which is the best actor category, is probably the easiest category to predict today because Will Smith is the top contender right from when King Richard was released.
I think he has that particular thing that he hasn't won yet and he has been working for a long time and we should give him, and I think this performance was worthy enough to get a Oscar.
Yeah, it was worthy. It was pretty much worthy. But again, the competition he has this year, Benedict Cumberbatch and Andrew Garfield. I think if we talk about performance-wise, what we think, maybe Andrew Garfield and Benedict Cumberbatch maybe a
They're
little
better.
higher.
Yeah. I think they gave their best performance of their career respectively, both
Yeah.
of them. Whereas Will Smith's performance was very solid, but not the best of his career.
No, it was pretty much like it
Pretty
is
much.
it is a tie between Pursuit of Happiness and King Richard, but yeah, it is a very strong performance, and no matter what we think, the Oscar is going to be like with Will Smith.
Maybe they will even take the factor that the movie itself is very, heartwarming, very loving, and very feel good kind of factor attached to it. So Will Smith should go. We should give it to Will Smith then. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, Andrew Garfield is definitely will be nominated, although he was snubbed at BAFTA. It was a pretty much heartbreaking thing. But Benedict Cumberbatch is strong. He got in all the nominations.
I think he's the strongest one. If we are going for a 1 and 2, it's probably Will Smith and Cumberbatch. Cumberbatch might win somewhere, and that can make things interesting. Because right now Will Smith won at Golden Globes, and we expect him to win at 1 or 2 other shows, and that might just seal an Oscar for him. I think other than these three, Denzel Washington is definitely going to get in. Oscars love Denzel, and they nominate him for everything and anything. So Denzel is definitely going in. And I think the fifth spot is once again the one where things are a little bit heated. Like Javier Bardem got in at SAG, Peter Dinklage has been nominated at Golden Globes as well as Critics' Choice, and DiCaprio and Mahershala Ali both have 2 nominations. They both got in at BAFTA. One of them got in at Golden Globes for the musical category, musical comedy category, that was DiCaprio, and Mahershala Ali for the drama category. But I still think that they will nominate Dinklage because once again he has been working for a long time, and I still kind of believe that he will get in at the Oscars ahead of Mahershala Ali, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Javier Bardem.
It is high time that Peter Dinklage should be nominated. He is not winning, everyone knows that, but at least he deserves a nomination.
At least a nomination because the work he put in at Cyrano, he was amazing, and he should get nominated for that. And let's just hope that Javier Bardem or Leonardo DiCaprio do not take his spot for the 5th position. So after the most easiest to predict, we have the most difficult to predict, the nominations as well as the winner, the Best Actress category. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't even know right now who will get in, who will be snubbed. I don't know.
Because it was pretty well going until like Golden Globes and Critics' Choice. But once SAG came in and now BAFTA, it has just completely fucked up everything. Kristen Stewart was a front runner for a long time, and she is literally the most deserving actress out there. And after the SAGs and now BAFTA, she has been snubbed at both places, and it has become so hard for her right now to even get a nomination, leave alone the win.
Which we anticipated earlier. And I think only Lady Gaga has all the nominations. She has a nomination at Golden Globe, Critics' Choice, BAFTA as well as SAG. Is she the front runner now?
I think she is, but again, Nicole Kidman, she won the Golden Globes. That is very hard to like deny or ignore.
She needs to win at least another award to be the front runner, and Kristen Stewart's front runner run is over. We can't expect her to win, I think.
Again, BAFTA, the thing is, BAFTA only nominated Lady Gaga, and only from what we expect might get in the 5, Alana Haim.
Yeah, Alana Haim, we didn't even talk about Alana Haim before BAFTAs came in, but after the nominations, there was no Olivia Colman, even though that's her own turf. There was no Nicole Kidman, no Jessica Chastain, even though we knew that they won't be there. And no Kristen Stewart, only Lady Gaga was there. And now it's all muddled up. We don't know.
Because whatever BAFTA does for the past few years, Oscar has been going with the same winner. I think Lady Gaga has to win at both SAGs and BAFTA to secure a win at the Oscars. Otherwise, it is again very much uncertain because Nicole Kidman is again
she has
climbing.
Yeah. So it's very difficult to predict who will win, but I think the nominations will be those 5 only.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman, Lady Gaga, Olivia Colman, Kristen Stewart, and Jessica Chastain. And maybe Alana Haim can.
If she will take the place of Jessica Chastain.
Yeah, because she was nominated at the Golden Globes, she got nominated at Critics' Choice as well as here at BAFTA. So she has a chance.
I just don't see why Nicole Kidman won at the Golden Globes. It was a biopic again. Jessica Chastain was in a biopic. She had a better role. She actually played a very convincing role as Tammy Faye. So she might.
I think the answer is very much simple. Golden Globes love Nicole Kidman. They have given her the Globe at least 4 or 5 times before.
She has gotten very many times before.
So yeah, that was kind of predictable that if she gets in, she'll get the award. So yeah, I think those 5 will be the nominations, and maybe Alana Haim can replace Jessica Chastain, but we're not sure. We don't think so. So the next category is the one where I think the winner is kind of known to us, Best Supporting Actor. So Cody Smith-McPhee, he has been winning all the Critics Circle Awards, and he won at the Golden Globes as well, and he has gotten all the nominations, and I expect him to be the one who takes Oscar home, and the one who will definitely be nominated. If anyone can come close to challenging Cody Smith-McPhee for the Oscar, it's Troy Kotsur. His performance in Coda was outstanding. He was the soul of the film. His performance, he had a tearjerker performance, and he was the best part of Coda. And I personally wanted him to win, and I don't expect him to win, but he'll definitely be nominated because he was nominated in all the precursor awards. Earlier, this category was dominated by the 2 Belfast boys, Kieran Hines and Jamie Dornan, and I still expect Hines to get in, but Dornan is definitely going to miss. Hines has that thing that he's been working for a long time. The performance was good, and there is not any other good performance in the supporting actor category, so he'll be the one who'll get nominated, and Dornan will miss out.
And he has been nominated at maximum of the places. He got in Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, BAFTA. I think only SAG.
SAG didn't nominate any of the Belfast boys, and they went for other choices. So he has a good chance of getting the nomination at least.
SAG is the one who literally just
Sabotaged.
Made everything topsy-turvy. It was very well going, smoothly going before that. But they just did what wasn't expected at all.
But some would say that they made things exciting. Another probable option for this category is Jared Leto, and we first of all thought that he was not nomination worthy because the performance was kind of fine, but the category is very much thin, and he'll definitely get in because of that. He was in the Critics' Choice as well as, I think, in SAG nominations he was there. So he has a good chance of getting in again. So yeah, he'll be nominated this time. As for the other categories, here as well, the 5th nomination is kind of uncertain. We expect Bradley Cooper to be part of this particular category, even though he was only nominated at SAG. But his closest competitors are Ben Affleck, Jamie Dornan, and Mike Feist. And Mike Feist's BAFTA nomination was out of the blue. And we don't expect Jamie Dornan or Ben Affleck to be here. And that is why we are going for Bradley Cooper, even though his screen presence or screen timing was only, I think, for 10 minutes or something.
Minutes, yeah.
But still, yeah, Bradley Cooper will get in.
The entire category is very much weak in terms of other categories.
There's no one particular performance you can say, oh my god, that is definitely going to win. Troy Kotsur for me is the best of the lot, but still Cody Smith-McPhee is winning all the awards. But yeah, these will be the 5 that we predict for Best Supporting Actor.
Our next category is the Best Supporting Actress. I think for this, again, the first one is pretty much locked in, Ariana DeBose for West Side Story.
I think she won at Golden Globes, and she has been doing a lot of campaigning for her role, and she is definitely the frontrunner, and she'll be nominated. I think we don't even need to discuss about her that much.
She was just charming in her role. Even though I think that she is the first time Oscar nominee, yet she will be nominated and yet she will win.
But what do you think about Kirsten Dunst? She could have won for Melancholia in 2011, but she couldn't, and this time also she was the frontrunner for some time, but after Ariana DeBose, she just stormed in and she just said, this is my Oscar.
Yeah, that is what, she was just for an initial period of time she was a frontrunner, but after the others came in, even Katrina Balfe was at the top.
I think Belfast was a frontrunner for a lot of things, and now it's missing out on a majority of things, and yeah, Katrina Balfe will get a nomination, but she's not the frontrunner anymore.
Kirsten Dunst was snubbed at BAFTA. If she would have gotten in, then again her chances would be strong. But she just was snubbed there.
But still, she'll get the nomination. We can't predict her to win right now, but she'll be there.
I think the next choice should be Angelou Ellis for King Richard. She had a very, very strong performance. She was at par with Will Smith. She did not outshine him, but she literally was neck to neck with his performance.
Which is no mean job. I think she did a really spectacular job. She got, I think, Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, as well as BAFTA. She only missed out on SAG, even though SAG is very important. But I still expect, and we still expect, that Angelou Ellis will make it in the nominations.
Who will be 5th?
Ruth Negga for me. Ruth Negga, she only missed out on, I think, Critics' Choice, and Critics' Choice were a little off this time around. They nominated a few people we didn't expect them to. But Ruth Negga has been very strong, and I expect her to be the 5th nominee in this category. And if anyone can come close to them, it's Anne Dowd. Mass as a film, and in most of the categories it has been snubbed. But Anne Dowd has gotten nomination as at BAFTA as well as Critics' Choice. So she is the only one who can, just pip any of them. Maybe Anjanu Ellis, maybe Ruth Negga. But I still believe that the top 5 that we've predicted is very much going to be the ones who will be nominated.
Yeah.
So the next category we have is adapted screenplay, and I think Power of the Dog is the strongest one here. It will definitely get nominated there.
Power of the Dog was the only one to get in Golden Globes, no?
Yeah, because Golden Globes does only one category, the screenplay category. There's no original or adapted there. And I think out of the adapted nominations or nominees, only Power of the Dog was the one which made it into the Golden Globes. So it'll definitely get nominated. And I think The Lost Daughter has a really good chance. Maggie Gyllenhaal won at the Venice Film Festival. They gave her an award for the screenplay, and I don't expect Oscars to say that, okay, she did get a nomination, she did get an award there, but we'll not nominate her. They'll definitely go for her. And after that...
I think Dune is pretty strong because in the adapted screenplay category, it must be Dune.
Dune is strong everywhere. If you say, will Dune get the most nominations this Oscars,
Probably.
I'll say yes, probably. And Dune will definitely get here as well.
It is a well-made film, so it probably deserves a nomination as well.
Definitely.
I think who else? Coda? Coda must be a good choice.
I think Coda is actually a really good choice, and they'll definitely go for Coda. It has been nominated, I think, in all 3 precursors. Critics' Choice, BAFTA, as well as Writers Guild Association.
Yeah.
And Coda will be the 4th nominee.
I think the final choice should be West Side Story because it has got Critics' Choice nomination. It has got
Writers Guild Association nomination as well. And I think only film that can come close to West Side Story is Drive My Car because of the BAFTA nomination. And also because Drive My Car is being loved by the critics. But I still expect West Side Story to be here because they didn't nominate another round, even though they did nominate Thomas Winterberg for director. But for screenplay, I don't expect Drive My Car to be there.
Yeah.
So I think that will be our 5 for the best adapted screenplay.
The next category is the original screenplay category. Even here, the top 5 are pretty much locked in, I guess.
I think they have been nominated everywhere except for Golden Globes because they have that single category.
Yeah.
But we expect Licorice Pizza to be there. We expect Belfast to be there. King Richard. What else? What am I missing?
I think Don't Look Up will be there. Aaron Sorkin.
Don't Look Up, and then Aaron Sorkin for being the Ricardos. Academy loves Aaron Sorkin. I don't think it will ever happen that Aaron Sorkin will write something and they'll not nominate him. So being the Ricardos will definitely be there.
Belfast, I think, has a good chance because it won in the Golden Globes for the screenplay category, and Kenneth Branagh just got that one
award there.
Yeah. So it might have a good chance, but still, I think Licorice Pizza is way high.
I think Licorice Pizza's stock rose recently, but if the Academy wants to give Kenneth Branagh any kind of award, I think this is the category they'll go for because he won't be winning the director and he won't be winning for the best film as well. So they might just do that, and Licorice Pizza might just get a little bit like, okay, we'll not give you, we'll give Branagh this one.
Although it is high time that PTA gets a win.
PTA should get, I think PTA should have won in 2007 as well for There Will Be Blood. But still, I think these are the top 5. These will be the ones which will get nominated, definitely.
Again, WGA did a little crazy thing by not nominating Belfast or Power of the Dog in their categories.
They just said that we are the guild, we'll do something to make things exciting. So here's a little spice for you. These are the 5 picks I expect to be in Oscar nominations come 8th of February. And I don't expect Mars, Come On, or Parallel Mothers, which I believe are the closest ones, to get in here because they haven't got any kind of nomination. And these will be the ones which will get in the Best Original Screenplay category.
Our next category is the International Feature Film. In this category, I guess it is pretty much locked in the first position. All of us know it is Drive My Car.
Yeah, Drive My Car is going for nominations outside of this category, and that pretty much sums it up that it's definitely going to win this category. So Drive My Car is there. I think A Hero by Asghar Farhadi.
Yeah.
Because Oscars love Farhadi, they have already given him Oscar twice, and they'll not shy away from nominating his films. Even though I think A Hero missed on a particular nomination, I think it didn't get nominated at BAFTA, maybe. And that is the sole reason why it has a little
Yeah.
bit of chance that it might not, compete with Drive My Car, but it'll definitely get in.
Yeah, Asghar Farhadi is just a name enough. So
Yeah.
he will be definitely there. Another thing, I guess, The Hand of God. It has got Golden Globes nomination, it has got Critics' Choice nomination, it has got BAFTA nomination. So it might be a close second, I guess.
Even though when I watched Hand of God, I don't know, I liked the film. It was my first Paolo Sorrentino film, but I still couldn't connect to it in most parts, and that is why even if I had to pick something, Hand of God wouldn't have been my first pick. But yeah, it'll definitely get in because it has been getting in all of the precursors. Other than that, the worst person in the world will be there. They recently nominated the worst person in the world for BAFTA, and they also nominated it for Critics' Choice.
And they also nominated it for the Best Actress category.
Yeah, Renate Reinsve got in at the BAFTAs, and I think they only missed Golden Globes. When after the Cannes Film Festival, the worst person in the world was the one which were people talking about. They were like, okay, this is something which could, win the Oscar this time around. But Drive My Car has slowly and steadily gained momentum, and I think it's definitely in the front. And the 5 will be completed with Flea, I believe.
Yeah.
Even though it's a documentary animated film, but Flea is submitted by Denmark and it looks quite promising. And I don't think anyone else can come here because Parallel Mothers was not sent by Spain and Titan didn't make the shortlist.
Shortlist, yeah.
So I think that's pretty much the 5 that will be in the best international film category.
The next category is the animated feature. Here also it is very much obvious that Encanto will be the top runner.
I still believe that Mitchells vs. the Machines was a really good movie, but
I think it is a deserving film, to be honest.
it is a deserving film, but Encanto and Mitchells have been pretty much neck and neck, and Mitchells missed that nomination at Golden Globes, and that gives Encanto the upper hand. Also, Pixar movies, Oscars usually go for Pixar. So that is also a factor that will lend it.
That is what should change this year actually. Because 3 of the Pixar films will be nominated probably.
Yeah.
So only 2 other films are just outside of Pixar. And I think the Mitchells vs. the Machines should win here.
I think Encanto will be there, Mitchells vs. the Machines, Luca, Raya and the Last Dragon, and I believe Flea will be the last one.
Yeah.
Oscars won't think twice about nominating Flea in this category as well. And I believe that this will be the 5 nominations for this category, the best animated feature film. The next category is Best Cinematography, and as we earlier said, Dune will swipe all the technical awards, and we believe Dune is the frontrunner here as well. Dune will definitely be getting in, and I think Greg Fraser deserves that Oscar. We should give him that Oscar. And another fun fact, Greg Fraser is also the DOP of Batman, releasing on 4th March. So that will be a really nice thing to see. Any other film which can come close to Dune in terms of its cinematography, I think it's only Tragedy of Macbeth. Bruno Delbonnel has done a phenomenal job. The use of lighting, the composition, and the whole vibe that he's able to create just through his cinematography, that's commendable. If Dune wasn't released this year, I would have vouched for Tragedy of Macbeth and Bruno Delbonnel. But I think Dune should be getting this. Even
The
though
stature of Dune, like it cannot be matched by any other film this year.
I think the whole scale at which they present, like that's just, it hypnotizes you. And in terms of nominations also, they both have the same nominations. They've both got Critics' Choice, ASC and BAFTA. But I still believe Dune has the upper hand. Other than that, what do you think will make the top 5?
I think The Power of the Dog, because it has got the same nominations as Dune and The Tragedy of Macbeth. It has got Critics' Choice Awards nomination. It has got BAFTA nominations. It has got ASC nominations. So even that might be a close nomination for the top 3 race.
I think along with that, do you think Belfast will make it in? Even though Belfast missed at BAFTAs, but I still believe that the black and white cinematography, the voters will be like, oh, we want to nominate the black and white film.
But again, that is the thing that where Belfast was snubbed was its own again homeland. That is a big thing because Belfast, there was no way that Belfast was getting snubbed for this category, and yet it happened. So we never know.
But like after Belfast, I know Nightmare Alley is the one which got all the nominations. It actually has beautiful cinematography, and Nightmare Alley has gone a little bit under the radar in terms of cinematography. But I still believe they'll nominate Nightmare Alley in this category. And if any film can come close to beating Belfast or Nightmare Alley, I believe it's West Side Story. But the only problem is that they missed out on ASC and on BAFTA. And I believe West Side Story was Janusz Kaminski's best work in some years, and still it missed out on a few nominations. It's been snubbed at ASC, and I don't know if they'll nominate West Side Story now. I still believe that it'll miss out, and Nightmare Alley and Belfast will make the 5.
Yeah, let's see what happens there.
But yeah, that's our 5. Dune, Tragedy of Macbeth, The Power of the Dog, Belfast, and Nightmare Alley for Best Cinematography.
Our next category is for the best film editing. And here, as always, in all the technical categories, Dune is again the front runner.
Dune is definitely going to get the nomination. They were nominated at Critics' Choice, BAFTA, and the Eddie, and I believe they'll win. Other than that, I think The Power of the Dog will be there.
Yeah. Yes, I think Power of the Dog is a good option for the nomination because again it has got Critics' Choice nomination, it has got the Eddie nomination. The only thing it hasn't got is the BAFTA nomination, which was important.
But still, it's in the running for Best Picture, and I
Yeah.
think it will get that nomination, which is very important for The Power of the Dog. Other than that, I think Belfast will definitely get a nomination, also because it hasn't missed out on Critics' Choice, BAFTA, or the Eddie. After Belfast,
I think Licorice Pizza can also be a good nomination choice because again, for it to be nominated as best film and for its chances to be great, it should get an editing nomination. And since it has been performing well in this category in major awards, it has got Critics' Choice, it has got BAFTA, it has got Eddie. So yeah, it has pretty much good chances, I guess.
yeah, I think it was earlier like kind of dodgy will that get a nomination or not, but after BAFTAs, Licorice Pizza is definitely in the 5. After that, I think No Time to Die will make the 5.
Yes.
Because No Time to Die only missed on with the Critics' Choice. They have got Eddie as well as BAFTA, and I believe there is no other film that can come here.
Yeah, although Don't Look Up has pretty good editing and also Tick Tick Boom should have been nominated.
As far as Don't Look Up is concerned, I don't think the editing style here matches the style in previous films of Adam McKay. And that could just be the reason why it will not be in the
Yeah.
nominations. Also, it only got an Eddie nomination. It didn't get any other nomination, and that's the reason I don't think it will get in. And Tick Tick Boom was snubbed everywhere. So there's no chance Tick Tick Boom is gonna make it.
Although Tick Tick Boom is really deserving for this nomination because its editing and the cut-ins they have used between the song sequences, the way they show real life and the performance on stage, it is very nicely edited.
But it didn't get any nomination. It was
That is
snubbed,
wrong.
yeah. And Oscars usually like follow these precursors, and I believe that will be the top 5: Dune, The Power of the Dog, Belfast, No Time to Die, and Licorice Pizza. The next category we have is the best production design, and once again I think here it is still a neck and neck race between Dune and The French Dispatch.
Yeah.
They both have all 3 nominations required. They have Critics' Choice, they have the ADG, that is Art Directors Guild, and they have BAFTA. But I still believe Dune, just the world building that they did in the movie, that's alone like enough to
And the
ensure
point that they did not use a lot of like visual effects and they actually created the entire
Yeah.
world. That has been a very big point
positive.
for
Yeah.
a
It
big-
is a very big positive, and it'll definitely come in handy for Dune in terms of nomination and also in terms of the win which it might get.
Again, French Dispatch is pretty much deserving as a nomination. It had really good production design, and Wes Anderson, we all know. Wes Anderson never misses on these kind of categories. So yeah, it is a strong choice.
I think with the French Dispatch, the cinematography was elevated very much by the production design, especially the story with Frances McDormand and Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah.
They created some great set pieces, and that really looked very brilliant. And that is the reason why it's neck and neck with Dune. And we believe the 5 will be completed with Nightmare Alley, West Side Story, and The Tragedy of Macbeth. Nightmare Alley and West Side Story both have the 3 required nominations, whereas Tragedy was only nominated by ADG. We both believe that The Tragedy of Macbeth will be the 5th nomination instead of Cyrano or Belfast. They all have 1 nomination. One got nominated at the Critics' Choice, one was nominated at BAFTA, and the other one was nominated at the ADG. And we believe that The Tragedy of Macbeth will make the 5, and it had really good production design. So yeah, that's our top 5 with Dune, French Dispatch, Nightmare Alley, West Side Story, and The Tragedy of Macbeth.
The next category is the best costume design category, and in our opinion, I guess Cruella should be the top runner here, front runner.
Yeah, I believe when Cruella came out, the costume design was immaculate. And I can't even see any other film, even though there are lots of period films, but I still can't see anyone else going in and saying that, okay, this award is ours and Cruella doesn't deserve this.
Usually what happens in the Oscars is like period pieces usually get this
Yeah.
award. But it was not just the costumes, it was such a creativity by building those
I know.
costumes, and it was just the grand scale of it.
And that's just brilliant. That was beautiful to look at. And any film which comes close to Cruella was Dune. The costumes that they created for the Fremen, the House of Atreides, and the whole the body suits that they created, they looked so real and they looked so amazing, and that is really good enough for them to get the nomination.
I think that is the entire strength of the film. The way Denis has built the entire world of Arrakis, that is pretty brilliant, and it is reflecting in all the categories, I guess.
And as I told you, it's gonna sweep all those technicals. After that, I believe Nightmare Alley will get in. House of Gucci, because Gucci. And other than that, West Side Story. I think West Side Story had some great costume design, and it has lost a lot of steam in these technical categories lately, but still, in costume design, I believe West Side Story to get in.
Yeah, I just think that BAFTA was the last final hit again for West Side
Yeah.
Story, because this was a category that it wasn't possible to snub West Side Story in this category, but again they did, so we never know.
They actually nominated Cyrano, which can be the only film which can make its place in this category instead of maybe West Side Story only.
Yeah.
But we really don't have that in our mind. I think West Side Story will definitely get in, and that'll be our top 5 with Cruella, Dune, Nightmare Alley, House of Gucci, and West Side Story. So the next category we have is makeup and hairstyling, and I think we can't look far away from the eyes of Tammy Faye. They had the best makeup. They were able to recreate that era, and the makeup that they did on Tammy Faye and Jim Baker, that was brilliant. So I think Eyes of Tammy Faye will get nominated. After that, Cruella, House of Gucci, and Dune, I think they will all get nominations here. In terms of the 5th position, I think I can say probably Coming to America will get in there, even though it's a pretty much outside shot, but it has 3 makeup and hairstyling guild nomination, and it might just get in.
The next category is the best original score. And again, here, Dune, Hans Zimmer, there is no other thing that can even possibly beat Hans Zimmer in this category.
Even though people are saying that it's not the best work of Hans Zimmer, but is it the best work of the year? Because that's more important.
Yes, it is. Of course it is.
So Dune is definitely going to get in. Then the question arises, Johnny Greenwood has 2 really brilliant scores here. The Power of the Dog, Spencer, he even has for Licorice Pizza, but do you think he will get a double nomination here?
I don't think Spencer is getting in, because Spencer is snubbed in multiple categories during entire season of awards, and the other film that he has is The Power of the Dog. So there are high chances that The Power of the Dog is getting in.
Even though Critics' Choice did nominate him for Spencer as well, but we still believe that he'll miss out because they won't nominate Johnny Greenwood for 2 awards here. Other than these 2, I think Alexander Desplat, who always gets nominated at Oscars because they just love him, he'll definitely get a nomination here for The French Dispatch. After that, Don't Look Up will definitely get a nomination here. And for the 5th one, we might just throw a curveball and say that Parallel Mothers will get in, even though they can nominate Encanto, because earlier last year they nominated Soul, and it might just be a similar situation here, but we believe that Parallel Mothers will get in. It will get a nomination here. So the last category we'll predict is Best Sound. Best Sound is the new category. Earlier it was Best Sound Mixing and Best Sound Editing. They've combined both of them and it's called Best Sound now. And we think that Dune will probably be the frontrunner here and get a nomination. Other than that, West Side Story, No Time to Die, A Quiet Place 2, and Spider-Man No Way Home. I think this is my top 5 for Best Sound category. So let's see what happens on 8th of February. We will not be predicting Best Documentary because we couldn't see many documentaries last year, and the only one we saw didn't have any chance in the shortlist.
The Sparks Brothers.
I really loved that, but what can we do? We also will not be predicting Best Documentary Short Film and the Live Action Short Film because we haven't seen any, so what's the point of doing it?
So these were our predictions for the Oscar nominations, and let's see what happens on the 8th of February. Also, comment down below what do you think about our predictions and which category are you most excited for.